Give us 60 minutes and we'll give you Nelson Radio every Saturday from 2 to 3 p.m. on KTLK AM 1150. With 29 years in the mortgage business and an array of top-level guests visiting the show, Nelson is in a unique position to bring you cutting-edge information on real estate, business, finance, and law. If you have any questions for Nelson or any of his guests, give him a call at 888-888-2136. That's 888-888-2136. Or check him out online at nelsonradio.com.
Nelson Radio.
You know, the other storyline that I wanted to share with all of us is what we experienced. We recorded this earlier, but it's with a prisoner of war from World War II, Ed Stapleton.
It's a remarkable story.
20-year-old B-17 pilot flying missions over Germany, flew 9 of them, and on his 9th was shot down, didn't return, woke up as he was wafting down into enemy territory after his plane was cut in two. Listen to this incredible story.
We went in and dropped down to 13,000 feet, and we had a chase plane go ahead of us and drop a smoke marker on the target, and we bombed on the smoke. At this time, we were successful. But as we were pulling out, we were attacked by about 27 Focke-Wulf aircraft. And they came in 2 waves. The first wave of about 15 came straight on and sort of raked the left side of our plane, hitting the chief engineer and my bombardier. And they were both killed in the plane. Unfortunately. There was shrapnel rattling around all through the cabin. But we survived that and were pulling out at about 14,500 feet. We encountered a second wave, and they hit between the 2 right engines, and the outboard engine was completely shattered. And the inboard engine, a couple moments later, dropped all its oil, 35 gallons of oil in that engine, and it froze. So we had a tough shot on the right side, and the plane tended to go into a spin. Fortunately, we were able to get most of the rest of the crew out, and we then parachuted through the bomb bay doors. However, when you pull the emergency on the bomb bay doors, they just flap back and forth. So what happened, I evidently hit the flapping bomb bay doors and don't remember, honestly, pulling the ripcord. So, but evidently I did, subconsciously, and ended up coming down into some trees. Spent a couple of days on the ground heading northward, heard dogs from the guards and so forth in the ground looking for it. We ended up heading 2 days later being caught by a forest ranger. He took me into the Burgermeister's office, and his wife, when she opened the door about 6:30 in the morning, she was aghast. I was all blood, didn't know it, but she cleaned me up pretty good, gave me some coffee and some cereal, and here comes the Luftwaffe in a car, hauled me off to the interrogation center, and then I ended up in Stalag Luft 3, which was the site of the movie Stalag 17 with Steve McQueen.
Right. So, Beth, here's the incredible thing about Ed's sharing of that story, and it's phenomenal that he survived, number one.
Amazing.
And you think about a 20-year-old, I say a 20-year-old kid leading bombing runs and squadrons in air raids across Germany. I mean, that perspective alone. But the incredible story that he shared actually after our broadcast was talking about when he was brought in for interrogation. and he was speaking to the German officer, and Ed noticed that this German officer had a funny accent and asked him about that, and he said, well, actually, I'm from New Jersey. And this was a German that came over to the U.S. as a young man, went back to get his mom in Germany during the war, and as soon as he landed in Germany was brought right into the military.
Yeah, of course.
And so it turns out that he was from New Jersey, the very same town that Ed Stapleton had been raised in.
Oh, my God. I mean, and that, now you want to talk about perspective. That is perspective, because anything could have happened. Think about this. The plane's breaking apart. The engine's being blown apart. There's shrapnel everywhere. People are dying. Any other case, it's like kiss your behind goodbye. He not only lands, is knocked out, makes it to this farmhouse, and then where he's taken care of, and then he's interrogated by somebody, anybody else from his hometown. That that this is luck. That is luck.
Well, and here's, as we go through and look at perspective, I'm going to bring this full circle, because we've shared with Satesi's story in terms of addressing human trafficking, right. Ed's story of surviving as a POW from World War II. And the follow-up question that I would love everybody to hear is Ed's response to the question of, all right, you're leading tours through the museum and you hear a sixth grader complaining that his dad got him a 4G iPhone instead of a 5G.
Yeah.
So that's perspective. We're going to round this out. You've been listening to Nelson Radio and Ed Stapleton. I'm here with Beth Stein. Call us direct, 888-888-2136, 888-888-2136. We're going to come full circle and talk about what it means right here in our business market in Southern California. We'll be right back.
Nelson is a licensed lender under the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 331060.
This is Nelson from Nelson Radio, and it's important that we talk about a very serious issue. We had bad lending practices that led to the mortgage meltdown, but now we've got the challenge of deplorable customer service coming out of the meltdown. Bottom line, getting a new loan can be like pulling teeth without Novocaine. I've got the solution. Academy Mortgage and my team are injecting into the industry real performance and real accountability. Here are the facts. Appraisals in less than a week. Rate guarantees that can improve if the market goes down. Purchase transactions with our market-exclusive close-on-time guarantees and refinance transactions in as little as 30 days. Who would have thunk? Guaranteed rates and guaranteed performance from your mortgage lender. Call me, Nelson, an accountable loan expert for nearly 3 decades, direct at 888-888-2136. That's Nelson at 888-888-2136, 888-888-2136, or at strongcreditrewards.com.